A sobering milestone reached in California as the coronavirus continues to spread out of control. This tops our news making national headlines this morning. The state surpassed 1 million confirmed cases on Thursday. This is according to data from Johns Hopkins University. And it makes California the second state to do so, coming just days after Texas became the first. California's governor attributes the increase to complacency and socializing. Various counties are now taking action. Nearly a dozen recently reverted to more restrictive measures. On Friday, San Francisco will close indoor dining and reduce the capacity of indoor activities. More than 18,000 Californians have died of COVID complications since the start of the pandemic. A shooting in Tampa, Florida left at least 2 people dead and 4 others injured on Thursday night. Tampa police say officers were called to investigate a report of several gunshots just before 8 p.m. local time. When they arrived, the officers say they found multiple people with gunshot wounds, including 2 dead adult men. 4 other adults suffered gunshot wounds and they were taken to nearby hospitals. Those injuries were reported as serious. Police did not release the names of any shooting victims, and no other information was immediately available. President Trump's own agencies and state election officials say there is no widespread voter fraud. A coalition of federal agencies involved in election security, as well as representatives for election officials from each state, refute claims of voter fraud by the president and others. The group put out a statement on Thursday that said, quote, "The November 3rd election was the most secure in American history, and there is no evidence that any voting system deleted or lost votes, changed votes, or was in any way compromised," end quote. The coalition that put out that statement includes the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, which is part of the Department of Homeland Security. While you were sleeping, a big development in the race for president. 10 days after the election, with 99% of the vote in, NBC declared Joe Biden the projected winner in Arizona. So he picks up 11 more electoral votes there. But for some in Washington, the race is still in limbo. Tracy Potts has a reaction on where some Republicans stand.
As NBC News calls Arizona for President-elect Joe Biden overnight, there's growing pressure from Republicans for Biden to get classified intelligence briefings.
I do think they're going to have to work that out in very short order.
Does it strike you as a risk to security at all?
No.
President Trump's closest allies say it's too soon.
He's not president right now. Don't know if he'll be president January 20th. But whoever is, will get the information.
The Biden team insists the lack of cooperation and briefings isn't slowing down the transition.
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris doing their jobs, but as time passes, the need to get the full access we are entitled to, and the full access that the American people want us to have, it grows each day.
Biden's been on the phone with congressional leaders pushing for COVID relief.
We're willing to sit down and talk. They haven't wanted to talk. They seem to have stuck to their position.
Hopefully we can get past the impasse we've had now for 4 or 5 months.
As for the election, a coalition of federal agencies is now refuting President Trump's baseless claims of election fraud, calling this the most secure election in American history. Tracy Potts, NBC News.